So it's Thursday morning, and the challenge for the day is to go out, take some photos, take advantage of my home darkroom, process the photos, and make the prints today. So that's what I'm trying to do. Now we've got some fresh snow. We've got maybe 10 centimeters of fresh snow and maybe 1.5 meters of base snow. So there's lots of snow on the ground, but the fresh snow is just, 4 inches of powder, so it's nice. There hasn't been any wind, so maybe we'll get some of that in the trees. I'm going to my favorite place. I left around 9:30 this morning. It was maybe 20 below. I had to snow blow the driveway, and we have a lot of snow where I live. Like, I have 2-meter snowbanks, like that's 7 feet on the end of my driveway. And I've used my snowblower 15 times already this year, which is about 5 times more than normal. But that's why you have it where I live. I live in the middle of nowhere. Now, I've headed out to my local conservation area. It's a place I love. It's a 4-kilometer loop that I'm planning to do. And I've got my tripod, which I don't usually carry this way. I usually have it on a strap, but I'm just sick and tired of having to undo the strap, and it just seems to just slow the whole process down when I see a photo. So I'm just gonna carry it like this and see how that works. I've got my Hasselblad with a 120 macro and the 180mm lens, and a couple of rolls of T-Max 100, which I shoot at ISO 64. So the project is to go out, shoot, develop, print all today. And I'm out here in the bush. It is a little bit chilly. It was, like I said, 20 below this morning, but it's about 10 below now. So it's a fresh day, but it's a beautiful sunny day, enjoying the weather, trying to make a photograph. And I've got my one camera. I've got a Hasselblad and a 180mm lens and a 120mm lens, which is a macro, but I'm not using it in really macro. And I've got my camera, which is my phone, wedged it into a tree trunk so that I can shoot this video. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna shoot some pictures. I'm gonna try to get it processed today, and I'm gonna try to get it printed today. We'll see how that goes. Now here's some sadness that's come into my day. My tripod got so cold that the little level broke, and the liquid is all leaked out on my tripod. So I guess that's what happens when you get cold enough. The other little level seems fine, but the main one, the most useful one, has broken. The second shot here is with the Hasselblad with the 120 and T-Max 100. So the first frame I shot was a 60th at 16.5, which is kind of the rule of 16. So that was the first frame I shot. Then the second frame I shot was metering off of the wood. So that gave me a 15th of a second at 22.5. So the third and final shot with the 120mm lens is metering right off the snow and opening up 3 stops. So the meter reading was a 15th of a second at 64. I opened up 3 stops. That's what we shot at. I like this tree just in the shadow there. Metering right off of the trunk of the tree gave me an 1/8 of a second at f16. So I shot 2 frames at that. And we'll see how they look. I focused obviously right on the trunk. This shot here is with the 180. The second shot I did was metering off the snow, opening up 3 stops, which I shot an 1/8 of a second at 11.5. And the first shot was metering right off the log itself, which gave me an 1/8 of a second at 22.5. So I'll probably shoot one at 16.5 just to cover my butt. And that's the shot. I didn't think I'd be using the 120 macro as a macro, but in this case I did. So I'm glad I brought it. Beautiful texture on this tree. I just love the texture on this tree. So I shot this at 15th at 11.5. I used the incident meter right up close. Shot one at 15th at 11.5, and I shot one at 1/4 at 16.5. So longer exposure, but I opened up half a stop there. So we'll see how it goes. I just love the texture. I call these trees the 6 sisters. I walk past it a lot. I don't see it all the time. Today I saw it. These 6 trees. They're off the trail a bit. I'm kind of standing in the snow. Once you get off the trail, you're in like 1 meter of snow right away. And I don't have snowshoes. So exposure was a 15th at f8, which I did with an incident meter. And then I stopped down 2 stops, but I opened up 3 stops, so it was like a quarter of a second at f16, just to get a little more depth of field. I focused right on that knot in the center, so we'll see what we get. But this is the Six Sisters. I don't see it all the time. The weather's kind of taking a turn for the worse. We'll see how it goes. Check out the snow on these couple of logs. This is like 30 plus centimeters of snow just sitting there, just like a big mushroom cap. Now, I'm not going to do a photo here, but I just wanted to show you. I'm standing on the beach here. I just saw a TV ad for an SUV, and they parked it right here on the beach. It was in the fall. I think it was a Nissan, but I just saw it the other day. TV ad right here where I like to hang out. And the other interesting thing about this spot is in the Netflix show Frankenstein, this is where they filmed the dog sled team right at the beginning of the movie. So they brought the dogs in here, and this is where it was photographed. So the weather has actually taken a bit of a turn for the worse. Sun is long gone. It's probably 12 below now, totally overcast. Giving me a chance to kind of photograph though in the open. It's bright, but there's no direct sun, so that's interesting. I've got another kilometer or 2 to walk, so I'm moving slow. Found a lot of pictures though. I'm surprised how many pictures I found today. But yeah, the weather's starting to turn on me, and might be time to head back. But it's been a great day. Now I gotta get this film processed, get some prints made. We'll see how we do. One thing about being in the bush is you have to be kind of comfortable being in the bush. It's hard to be a photographer out in nature if you're not comfortable being by yourself in the bush. Now, I wouldn't walk on any ice if I was by myself. I've seen people fall through, so I'm just too nervous about that. It's been cold. It's been, like, we haven't been above 0 for 2 months. So it's been cold. It's been like 15 below a lot. But I wouldn't go on any ice by myself. And you got to be comfortable in the bush by yourself, though. There's not a lot of people around. It's very quiet. It's very peaceful. You know, today I didn't see any nature, but I've seen foxes. I've seen coyote out in this very spot, mink, things like that. And, you know, you're a little bit isolated. You just have to take care of and be cautious. And, you know, if you step off the trail, you're in deep snow, and I don't have snowshoes, but I do have crampons on, so maybe that's all I really need. Here I am now in my darkroom. I ended up shooting 2 rolls of film. I'm going to try to process those today. I had another 2 rolls from the other day, so I'll try to get all that done today. Now, weirdly, I did have one of the rolls today. When I looked at the film back, it was, instead of being all the way to the number, say, 8, it was halfway between 7 and 8. So I don't know, maybe I've had a frame overlap, or maybe it was just how I loaded it, I'm not sure. But I might have overlapped a frame or 2. I did shoot a blank just to see if it would realign. It never really did, so we'll see what happens. But I've got 2 rolls of T-Max 100. I'm using Ilford ID11 developer. This is my darkroom, so I've got, you know, I don't have a full sink. I have a sink though, and there's some trays for printing. And then I've got a Leica V35 enlarger. It's one of the autofocus enlargers. Color head, probably one of the nicest 35mm enlargers ever. Yeah, we used those when I worked at the newspaper. We had 7 of those back in the days when I was like a darkroom tech at the newspaper. So that's the V35 glass carrier, Leica lens, super sharp, wonderful, wonderful enlarger. And then the other one is a 4x5 enlarger, Saunders LPL. It's got a black and white head. I've got a color head as well, but I would never want to be printing color at home. I printed color at the newspaper for years and not interested. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the darkroom looks like. When I'm about to load the film, I line up everything against the wall. It's easier to find that way. I'm not like searching on an open table for it. So I put everything up against the wall, and I can find the lid and the tank and the reels in case you get disoriented a little bit in the dark. It's just an old trick. So I've got the last 2 rolls in the washer, and I've got 2 rolls hanging up. And I did actually end up, the first couple of frames, they did overlap, but they kind of went edge to edge. So something was wrong with the way I loaded the film, I guess. The first 2 frames are what threw it off when I found out that it was kind of out of sync. As you can see here, I'm ready to print. Now my darkroom doesn't have a full-length sink. It just has a countertop with a small sink. So I've got my 3 trays set up. It's using Ilford bromophene, and then stop bath, and Ilford fixer, then a wash tray. So I'm ready to go. Now, this is Friday morning. I had hoped to do all this on Thursday. That was kind of the exercise, but it took about 5 hours to do the photography. By the time I got home, it was like 5 hours. Then the film didn't dry right away, and then the Olympics were on, so I ended up watching the Olympics. So this is now Friday morning, and I'm going to start to do the prints. So I've got my trays all set up. I've got the 4 rolls of film, 2 from yesterday. That's what I ended up shooting, 2 from yesterday. And I had a couple others that I processed as well yesterday. So we'll make some prints. So I've got the contacts done for the 2 rolls I shot yesterday, plus a couple of rolls that I had shot previously. So I'll take a look at those and come up with something to print. Now my project didn't really work out exactly like I thought. I shot the film, I processed the film, I made the contacts, and then I realized, wow, I've only got 4 sheets of resin-coated paper left. So I looked in another box, warm tone resin coated. I had 2.5 sheets. So kind of brought an abrupt end to my printing day. I did print this one on the resin coated, the regular Ilford resin coated, and took a couple of prints. The contrast was a little wonky, and I think I got an okay picture. It's tough with these dark trees and the sun on the snow, and how much detail do you want in the snow, and how white is the snow going to be. These are kind of all considerations that you have to look at. And this one here on the warm tone paper, again, it's kind of, I like the photo. I like it because it's kind of peaceful, and the trees and the, you know, the subtleness, the delicacy of the delicateness of the snow. I wanted some detail in the snow. I don't want it to be blown out white. So I feel that I'm controlling the highlights with the snow. I've got some detail in there, but it's not muddy looking either. So again, it was fun to do. I need to order some paper, but fun to do. And I did get 2 prints, and I'll have to look at the other shots later on and maybe print them up another day. Overall though, kind of happy with this shot of the tree. I just think it's kind of like a peaceful shot. It's a little confusing, but peaceful. Anyways, that's what I learned.